thing that happens in retail, and I'm sure some of you worked in retail, is somebody might put in the wrong code, right? So for whatever reason, let's say the barcode doesn't scan well, and there's an override code, and so there's a sale of something, but it's really not up to date in the accounting system because it didn't scan through. And okay, what's just the price? I'll put it in an override, right? So a lot of things can happen. All right? But we're going to try our best with this system to keep that inventory amount up to date. And as a result, not only do we have an up-to-date inventory amount on our balance sheet, we also know cost of goods sold, right? Does that mean with the perpetual inventory system we shouldn't do one of these inventory counts like what we were describing in a periodic inventory system? I think it would be worth our while to actually do an inventory count. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Has anybody ever done an inventory count? You're doing one tomorrow. Yeah, if you work in retail, it's a slow time, right? So you can close down an aisle, you can close down a store, whatever, however you do it. You're going to do it at night? Okay. Yeah, it used to be a store would actually close too, and they do inventory counts. So now it's at night, all night long?
It's from 9 to 12.
9 to 12. Okay, well, that's not bad. And so it's done really quickly now too, eh? With just handheld little scanners and yeah. Do you get extra staff in to do that too?
Yeah, they hire people to come in.
Yeah, exactly. Because they want it done quickly too. Yeah. Anybody else do an inventory count ever? Yeah. So what was?
So it's like anything that's already open, all the cup sleeves, we have to count at the end of every month.
Really? All the cups,
Very
sleeves.
tedious.
And how often do you have to count the cups at McDonald's?
It's at the end of every month.
End of every month. So that's significant. That's a lot. Yeah. And so they're spending a lot of time doing that, but it's obviously important because they want to know what is the count of their supplies and whatnot and their inventory on hand. Anybody else do inventory counts? No? Are you talking about inventory counts? No? No? They are? They're talking about inventory counts? Yeah? Yeah, so has anybody ever done an inventory count besides Bell? And you've done an audit of an inventory count? Oh, that's fun. So you go in and make sure that what they said was counted was actually correct. Okay. So you would just do a spot check? Is that how it was done?
Which the system says.
Okay.
On which you physically count.
Physically counted, yeah. So yeah, there is this method, perpetual inventory system. Your accounting system is going to tell you one thing. There will be a difference. You should still do a count, okay? Because all sorts of things can happen. It can be done in different ways. You can close the whole store, get some extra staff in, maybe close down an aisle. Okay, I've seen that at the big box stores, like Home Depot. They'll just do a whole little aisle at a time. Okay, so if you're using the periodic inventory system, remember I said they would do the count, right? So they do the count at least once a year, and the first thing that would do would be update their inventory amount. The second thing that this accomplishes is that they can now calculate the cost of goods sold, but I didn't tell you how. Right? On the next slide I tell you how. This is how they would calculate the cost of the goods sold or the merchandise sold. They know their opening inventory. Okay, this number they have already. This is from the last count. And the one thing that the periodic inventory system does do is calculate purchases, right? So that's really dark on that screen. It doesn't appear as dark on mine. So they would always calculate what are their inventory purchases. They have a special account just for that, right? And so if there was any purchase returns and allowances, they'd subtract it from that. Any purchase discounts, they'd subtract it from that. And they'd add freight in. This is the cost of transportation. Okay, so the cost of actually shipping the inventory. So they already have, like I say, opening inventory. They're keeping track of their purchases, their purchase returns, their purchase allowances, discounts, their transportation costs. And this is where the inventory count comes in. They do an inventory count, a current one, as of today, as of tonight, whatever. And this fills in all the blanks. They are now able to calculate the whole thing, the whole cost of goods sold for the month, the quarter, the year.